give you our leader, future Prime Minister, Keir Starmer.
And it's that bid to be the next Prime Minister that Keir Starmer says is the election campaign he wanted to launch today. Instead, it's the local elections he's kicking off in the West Midlands, hoping to inflict maximum damage on a deeply wounded Conservative Party. His pitch, giving more powers away to local authorities.
A new Take Back Control Act with new powers for mayors, local growth plans. That's the commitment we make today, a full fat approach to devolution.
Take back control. It's not just the odd slogan he's reading from the Brexiteer Conservative playbook, but entire policies.
Now, levelling up is a good ambition for Britain.
The plan to empower local communities through devolution, isn't that radical? You said it yourself, it's pretty much Boris Johnson's Levelling Up 2.0. But the one thing that all local authorities say is they haven't got enough money. So are you committing to real levelling up with real new money for the Levelling Up Fund and for local authorities? And we'll be more than happy with just a simple yes or no answer.
Levelling up requires the hard yards and a viable plan. It didn't have one. On the question of the money, one of the shocking statistics is this, that only 10% of the levelling up money has actually been distributed. Let that sink in. This great promise, and 10% has been distributed because there wasn't a plan to get the other 90% out there. So we can change that straight away. That is unlocking a huge amount of money.
But ultimately, your message to local authorities then is you'll change the structures, but there's no guarantee that they're going to get a penny more.
Well, we can work to release more quickly money that's already been committed. We can offer multi-year deals that will give more financial certainty. But in the longer term, more funding for local authorities depends on generating the wealth and getting better economic growth than we've had for the last 14 years.
It was the East Midlands Rishi Sunak chose to launch the Conservatives' local election campaign last week. The expectation, swathes of Tory councillors will be turfed out. But there's one pivotal position the Prime Minister's future could be linked with.
Then you go to the West Midlands, where we've got the great Andy Street.
2,500 homes coming to Edgbaston.
Andy Street has been West Midlands Mayor for 7 years. If he goes, support for the Prime Minister might go with it.
Rishi Sunak's not helping you out, is he?
This election is about who's leading this region. And when I'm going knocking doors, people say, Andy, we're going to judge how you've done and what you're promising. And they're also looking at what our local authorities are doing.
You know as well as I do that people are looking at national polls as well as local issues.
Some will be, but you equally know, because you've seen it in mayoral elections all around the country, the individuals do cut through. That's the history of the mayoral job. It's about one person to lead a region. And remember, I am not whipped by the Conservative Party. I am only loyal to my region.
His risk, the Reform Party splitting his vote. Their candidate said she wants to give the people of West Midlands a voice. The Liberal Democrats say the region has been taken for granted by both the Conservatives and Labour. And the Green candidate says she'll fight against child poverty and for climate action. For Labour, they're hoping for change all over.
We just need a fresh start with the Labour Mayor and the Labour government working together to give us our future back.
The one person not taking questions at today's Labour launch, Deputy Leader Angela Rayner. Yesterday, Greater Manchester Police announced they would reassess their decision not to investigate claims she broke electoral law following a complaint from a Conservative MP. The claims centre on whether she paid the right amount of tax in 2015 for the sale of her council house, tax possibly in the region of £2,000. So Keir Starmer said he gives her his full backing.
Angela has answered, I don't know how many questions about this. She's not broken any rules. She's in fact taken legal and tax advice, which has satisfied her and us and me about the position.
Whether it's a local or national campaign, Labour's greatest opposition may not be the Tories, but voter apathy.
Now look, you're the campaign mastermind here. The one message that we keep on hearing time and time again in focus groups is they don't know what Labour stand for. So what are you getting wrong?
Well, Keir Starmer set out many good policies today.
And he set them out in speeches before,
he's
but
set
both
them
are
out,
the same.
and
They don't know what he stands for.
We will keep doing that.
The starting gun has been fired, but Labour say their aim isn't just winning a few council seats, but setting the sun on Rishi Sunak's entire time in office.
Paul McNamara, and this is the current list of candidates running in the West Midlands mayoral election.